How about that game, Buckeyes fans? How about that game? Wow. I told you last time I did not expect to win. Those boys went out there and won by 3 touchdowns. That was absolutely amazing. I cannot tell you how good it feels right now to get that Clemson monkey off our backs. Because it was against Clemson that John Wooden got fired. It was against Clemson that Braxton Miller got his shoulder messed up. It was against Clemson. They got shut out 31-0. And it was against Clemson last year. A couple questionable calls, barely eked out a spot, and got in the national title game. Oh, to finally get it. To finally beat them. When no one thought they would win. I didn't even think they would win. Man, they went and proved everyone wrong. This had a lot of feel similar to the 2014 team. Because they leaned a lot more into the running game. Let that be the focal point. But then let the QB make some plays. Now, Justin Fields is obviously a bigger playmaker than Cardale Jones. But man, they needed Trey Sermon. That boy went off for 193 yards. He has gotten hot at the absolute perfect time. And then you got Justin Fields. He is an absolute warrior. Throwing for 385. I mean, 6 touchdowns with a couple rainbow shots. Unreal. Unreal. Now, you want to talk about that targeting call? Because he said afterwards that after that shot, you could even hear it on TV. It did not sound good. And he felt it because he said after the game, every throw pretty much beyond 10 yards was a pain. He threw a couple big ones too. But the big thing I really liked about that was he was making his reads, went through his progressions. If he didn't see it, instead of just waiting and waiting and waiting for a receiver to get open, he would tuck it and run it, get what he could on the ground, or he'd throw it away. Seeing that was really refreshing because he's needed to get to that point. As much as we want him to be a playmaker and everything, and he is, there are times where it's okay to just say, I don't have a play, I'm just going to throw it away. And he did that. It was great to see. Now, about that targeting call, though. You want to say that's a makeup call from last year? Okay. Point. But that was also textbook targeting. Because it's what the one who leans in does. Doesn't matter if he's going for the head or neck area or someone else. If you lean in with the crown of your helmet, that's targeting. And he fully leaned in. He even said on social media soon after the game, it's like, I got to keep my head up. I can't lean in like that. He owned up to it. So much respect to him for that. Oof. As far as Fields is concerned, as long as he doesn't have any broken ribs or lacerated kidney or anything like that, he's shown he's tough. So he'll probably be out there. Now, the big key for Ohio State in that game was the lines on both sides of the ball. The offensive line gave Justin Fields time to make his reads, to make that decision if he's going to run it, throw it away, whatever. And they gave Trey Sermon a lot of big holes to run through. Offensive line went and dominated. Which, if you want to go win a national championship, you need a dominant offensive line. Then the defensive line. They were giving Lawrence pressure all game. Now, they never got to him until the fourth, as far as sacks are considered. But they were giving him fits. Giving him fits, rushing Lawrence, and giving their linebackers and their secondary the ability to make a play. They made plays. Now, Lawrence and Etienne, they were both held, I think, combined under 100 rushing yards, which is an insanely encouraging sign when you're heading into the national title game. But they had a plan, and they executed it to perfection. Urban Meyer said after the game that he was talking with some Ohio State coaches. They said they had their best 3 practices of the whole year. And you could tell. What a great game plan. What a great game. What a performance. So relieved. Now, as far as heading into the national title game, Alabama's a different animal because they got a better offensive line, a better running back, better receivers, and a better defense. Offensive line, they're going to be tougher to get through for sure. But to still hold Etienne to that low of yardage is very encouraging. So I'm not as worried about Najee Harris. I think he's still going to break a few. But I don't think he's going to go off for as many as I originally did. Mac Jones, he's not the runner that Lawrence is. So it's just all about their line giving him time. And they got a great line. So Ohio State's D-line's got to continue to get pressure. Jonathan Cooper, Haskell Garrett, Tommy Togiai, they got to keep going. Because they're going to need it. The big matchup is Shaun Wade versus Devontae Smith. Because if Devontae Smith goes off for 180, and 3 touchdowns again, it's going to be tough to keep up with Alabama. It just is. Shaun Wade has proven that he's much more comfortable in the slot. But if they can just keep him in check a little bit and not let him explode on all these massive plays, they got a shot. Josh Proctor, whoever is going to be back there at safety, has got to keep an eye on Smith all game. If he breaks a few open, it'll be tough. But I'm excited. Ryan Day against Nick Saban. It's going to be a dogfight. I don't think this is going to be a runaway game that some people do. Whew. Let me tell you, I'm excited for next Monday, though. Go Bucks. Stay tuned, in a couple days. Got a Bengals special for you. I'll talk to you then.